This
Yeah,
conference will now be recorded.
Thank you for the confirmation. We'll give 1 more minute for others to join. Then we'll start the session. Okay. Good evening, all. We can start our session now. So I'm UV. I'll be your instructor for this training program. And today it's a demo session, so I'll be covering mostly on what we are going to discuss, what we are going to learn as part of this training. And at the end of training, what your level of understanding would be, and who and all can attend this, and what would be your takeaway. So those are the things we are going to discuss. If you have any queries, we can discuss. And first thing is like this course we have designed by keeping one thing in the mind, that it is for the beginners. So now everyone is aware that there is a slogan or jargon in the market stating this, like cloud and AI, ML. So these are the things we frequently listen and hear in the market, especially in the IT world. Uh, People who is not talking, can you please go on mute? Any doubt? You can ask me. Okay, thank you. So here we are going to discuss about the cloud and other things. So I hope like most of them are available. So let me introduce myself. I'm UV. I'm having more than 16 years of experience in this software industry, and I got opportunity to work for different organization in terms of development, like Java, .NET, and also cloud technology. And also in the cloud technology, I had opportunity to work for both private cloud and the public cloud. Like I have started my journey in the private cloud. I explored all good things in the private cloud. Later on, I got an opportunity to work in all three famous public cloud. I would say that I worked on Azure, AWS, and GCP, and I'm a certified person from these public cloud also, and I'm a certified solution architect. And not only from certification purpose, like I myself was part of so many migration programs. Like there are so many on-premises application. I did development, and also I did the solution part also, to convert that application like a monolithic application to a microservice application. And I use the DevOps concept to migrate that application to the cloud environment. After moving to the cloud environment, I worked on the maintenance phases, like any issues has come, how to rectify the data breach and security areas, what are the roles as a solution architect we have to do. So those and all I have hands-on experience in all three cloud providers. And I myself aware of these concepts. That's why I feel that I can provide you, apart from the theoretical concept, apart from the certification perspective, if you are planning to work in the day-to-day life, I would be able to guide you, because in these years I came across so many real-time issues, right? So I can very well share that real-time issues with you, and also the solution also. If you come across this problem, this is a solution you can expect. At the same time, if you do like this, you will get this error. If I tell a friend, you won't do this issue when you design your application or in the infra background also. So I am the person who can support you on both the aspect. Usually when you take cloud, there will be two type of solution people would be there. One person will be more on the app side, that is the app modernization aspect, who is aware of only the application concept, the tech stacks and other things. Other person would be more from the infrastructure background, who know only the infrastructure irrespective what type of applications you are going to do. They will concentrate only on the infra. But I got opportunity to work on both the sides, so I can support you on both the aspect. And this program is mainly designed for the people who wants to undergo a certification, especially the AZ 900 or AZ 104 or this AZ 700 or the solution architect side. If you're planning to attend a certification, this course will be really helpful to them, because I'll be telling the topics related to these topics, this certifications areas, their roadmaps, and I'll be telling, like especially for AZ 900, there are some online events provided by Microsoft available. If you attend it, there are some free voucher they will provide that you can use for your certification. You can go for that certification exam by using that voucher. So I'll be telling that. And apart from that, for these certifications, what are the areas you have to concentrate? That aspect also I'll be covering. And if your intent, like I am not interested on certification, I want to work on the real time, like more than a certification, I'm here for understanding the cloud concept, because there are some students I've seen in the past, they don't have any idea about cloud, they don't have any about infrastructure, but their aspiration is to become a cloud engineer or a cloud architect. So those kind of students also can very well understand, because I'll be starting from the scratch, like what is cloud, and before even jumping into Azure, I'll be covering first concept of what is cloud only. So then only we can say cloud, these are types of cloud, these are the model of a cloud, that who will be taking care of what customer will take care, what the cloud provider will take care. So everything will be discussing in detail. That's why I've given a hour, like 45 hours for this complete training, because each and every knowledge which I gathered, if I share, it will be useful for you in the real time implementation. Because certification perspective, it will be like a multiple choice questions only, so it's not like a lab kind of thing. So they will be giving you a question, and four answers would be there, like 4 or 5 answers would be there, you will be going and picking one and you'll be doing. So clearing a certification would be a milestone in this journey, I would say. Apart from certification, so once you get placed in an organization, if you want to switch back, then you should know the cloud concepts properly. So I'll be guiding you in that aspect. And not only the Azure concept, DevOps concepts are also discussed here, because some of the students have requested, when we start introducing this training course in the market, we kept on receiving some personalized requests stating that do can we add the DevOps also. So what we have done is, in this course we have added the DevOps content also. So apart from that, this Azure concepts, we'll be covering the DevOps concepts related to Azure. We will be doing. And one important thing here, it's not like only the theoretical concept stating that what is cloud, and what is network security group, what is this virtual machine. It is not like some slides alone I'll be showing and I'll be explaining you. Everything will be like I'll be working on the portal, Azure portal, and I'll be showing you each and everything, because what I personally feel is everybody's opinion also. If you read a book, it's good, it will register. At the same time, if you see a movie, it will register more quickly, and everyone can remember it over a period of time. The same thing here also, more than a PPT, more than a Word document. I feel that it's good to see the portal, so that you will come to know what are the features are available in the portal. To create a VM, what are the options available, how I should navigate, how can I work if I get a problem. So everything we will be dealing with that over this training courses. And next thing is, real-time experience would be there. It is not like something is already available and we will be discussing it. We'll be opening everything and we'll be discussing that. So at the end of this training, you will get a confidence on the Azure part, and Azure for your infrastructure thing, and also like if you're planning for a DevOps concept also you can do it. And apart from that, certification also, there are some organization who insist their employee like at least one certification you should have, especially in the service-based company. Nowadays, I see in the online blog that so many service companies, they have partnered with Microsoft Azure and they insist their employee to have one certification in the Azure. So it will be good to have a certification, especially in the most trending thing in the market. See, now the other certifications have become outdated, I would say. Like now the market trend certification means immediately they are asking cloud certification. And I would suggest that you can go through this training and you can very well undergo the Azure certification. And my concepts would be, though we are covering Azure here, I personally feel that uh, all these public cloud providers, if you take Azure, AWS, or the GCP, the concepts are going to be same. Okay, somewhere you will say storage, somewhere you will see S3 bucket. So the naming convention only is going to be different for these public cloud provider. The time which you're going to invest here, it is more important, I would say, because if you're going to spend 45 hours, mean this 45 hours, it should not be only for Azure. So if you invest here for Azure, it is like you're investing for all three public cloud provider. So next time when you want to upskill yourself in other cloud providers, like if you want to undergo a AWS thing or a GCP related things, concept wise it's same. Only the names you are going to brush yourself with the naming conventions used in the AWS or GCP, because I worked on all three, so I can very well tell. So compute, the concept compute means a compute is same in all three. How the compute is pronounced, or how it is the naming conventions are used, the terminologies are used, is only going to change, but the backbone is going to be same only. So that you can very well use it, this particular training you can use it in other aspect. Same thing for your DevOps also. Now everywhere you would have heard about the need of a DevOps person. So you can see their expectation in the market, their packages, the job openings. So irrespective of Azure, let's keep Azure aside, like DevOps, if you talk about that, you know the market trend about DevOps. So that DevOps concepts are also going to be discussed here. And Azure, on top of it, how you can use DevOps in Azure. So what are the services available? How can I utilize Azure for my DevOps things? That and all we are going to discuss here as part of this training thing. And the concepts, the terminologies, everything will be discussed. Why I chose Azure? So you can ask me. You are saying that you worked on all three. Why you chose Azure? The main important thing is the current market trend. You can take the stacks, the strategy, the amount of Microsoft is investing for this Azure related thing, the security, and how it is tying up with other popular companies, the Fortune 500 things. Everything shows a good roadmap for the Microsoft Azure things comparatively with the other public providers. Because see, somebody has already established, and oh, that is good, but last 3 years what has happened, last 4 years what has happened, and what is their plan for the next 5 years, that only will decide your job opportunity. So I feel that Azure has a good scope. They have a good roadmap, and they have a plan like how to improve their business, and what are the areas they can concentrate. So those things I feel that market trend is moving towards the Azure side. So that is one of the reason why I have chosen Azure among all three public cloud provider. So I won't say that this is best, that is best. All are good in their own way, but the current trend is somewhat it's slight, and that's why I was trying to mention here. AWS also has scope. The only thing is the use and other things, the tie-ups and other things, and the cost. So many variations are there. So we'll be discussing everything. As part of this journey, we'll be discussing how to calculate the cost, how to give a solution if you get a requirement, and what are the options are available. See, some people have a basic knowledge about infra, some people doesn't have a basic knowledge. So that and all will be covered. And one important thing is cloud. Now it become jargon. Why it is become jargon is because of this pandemic situation. After that, every company they want to work 24 bar 7, because itself, okay, if you are part of IT, last like before 3 4 years back, you came to know suddenly lockdown and we were not able to go outside, but still company wants to run. So the main important thing is cloud. Okay, because of cloud, most of the organization were able to continue their business without any problem. They were able to support their customers there, and it went well. So now companies are interested, they are more interested on the cloud options than the on-premises, that is in-home thing. Because if some issue happen, especially on the pandemic situation, something needs to be restarted in my data center, something needs to be manually modified, means it stopped our business. But at the same time, in cloud it's like a online activity. So instead of carrying a laptop, like instead of carrying your desktop, we were able to simplify our work because of the cloud concept. This is common irrespective of which cloud provider. Okay, it made our work easy. You don't need to really ship your desktop from your office to their environment, to their user areas and all. So if you have a laptop, if you have a cloud account, yes, you can very well continue your business. That made our work easy, and because of that, it driven lots of revenue to the company also. So now all the organizations are ready to invest here, and we have seen lots of opportunity in the recent most. Lot of companies are telling that I want to do migration, I want to do migration from the on-premises, I want to move it to cloud. And they were initially there were some queries related to the security and data and all these things are mostly taken care now. And if the responsibility, okay, responsibility in the sense, I would say it is not only the cloud provider responsibility, that Amazon or Azure responsibility, it's a customer responsibility also, that is a user responsibility also. If both the persons are handling their responsibility properly, that is who should have this access, what role the person should have, what is the access we have to provide to so and so developer, so and so tester and all. If customer is also aware of it, lot of security problems are arrested in the reason most. So that is a reason all these uh, reason most migrations plans. So many companies they are doing and they're migrating their applications. They were like decades, and all these legacy applications they want to move it to uh, this cloud environment. So this is the background about this. Now I'm jumping onto the course content. So I'll be explaining you what and all we will be learning as part of this training. And see, I would say like initially 2 3 days. This is my style of teaching. I won't prefer to go by PPT or this Word document. My style is to go with the actual tool. If Azure, today we are planning to go for Azure training, means your course would be mostly you can see only the portal, Azure portal only in my screen. I'll be sharing the screen and I'll be navigating to each and every services, and I'll be saying this service is meant for this. So you will get answers like what is the service, why you need a service, how to use a service, and when to use a service. So these things will be answered as part of my explanation. So just in the initial days, you have to go through this documentation kind of presentation. Later on, everything will be a portal, and our live conversations would be there. Like you can ask me the query, and I can share the troubleshooting steps or the answers to the questions which you're asking. So this is how our style would be there. So first thing is like what you will learn at the end of the course. So main thing is what I feel is like keeping certification aside, keeping all other things aside. knowledge, if you're looking for knowledge about Azure, yes, you will understand what is cloud, what is Azure, and how can I use it. So learn a cloud skill for a real-time growth. And next thing is main important thing, majority of you would have approached this course for the certification purpose. Yes, you can very well go to the certification things. So it will help you to understand the topic. It is not something you are reading and studying kind. It's like understanding, because you have to implement it. So you can understand the Azure certification topics. And this third point is more relevant to your DevOps concept. If you're looking towards like DevOps oriented jobs, yes, you can understand how to use your portal for your project boards, your sprint planning, your backlog items. So those kind of things you can use it. And CI/CD pipeline concepts also will be discussing, and you can understand the best practices about this cloud computing in the market. And you will be able to present yourself. It is like you will get a confidence. So when you will get a confidence, if you are comfortable with the knowledge, if you know what you are doing, then you can easily present. So this is the main point for all the people who go for an interview. So I myself was a panelist in most of the interview. In the initial first two, three questions itself, we can easily identify a person, whether that person is attending the interview by reading some online source, or he itself or him herself has already worked on it, because their confidence level, the way they answer will clearly tell. So this course will help you to gain the confidence on this cloud concept, so that you can appear for your interview and you can represent your knowledge there. Like instead of something like I read something and I don't know what is the need of it, these things will easily identify the people who just read something online and came. But if you can explain the concept boldly, then the interviewer will get a confidence on you. That is, this person is aware of the concept. So that is the expectation of any interviewer. So at the end of this course, you will get a confidence about the cloud concept and the Azure concepts, what and all we are going to discuss, and the DevOps things also. And next thing is, who can enroll for this? This is very straightforward thing. A candidate, like if you're looking for a career in Azure cloud, yes, you can very well enroll for it, because you will be understanding about this from the scratch. Okay, so you can very well enroll. And next thing is, nowadays project managers also, some of the people who is from the non-cloud background, they want to move themselves to the DevOps area. Okay, so some people, we can categorize people. Some people will see that I am not that techie person. I am from a testing background, but I want to move myself to a DevOps person. Yes, you can very well do it, because if you are comfortable with the portal, how to navigate few things, how to do some of the activities, this boards, this CI/CD kind of thing, you can automate and you can use it here. So that and all we'll be discussing. And final thing is, very important thing is, candidate who wants to appear for a certification. And some people feel that certification is a big challenge for them. Some people will feel that I'm in the industry for 10 years now, my organization is asking me to sit and read and go for a certification. I really doesn't have time. When I start reading itself, in first 10 minutes or 20 minutes, I feel bored, I don't want to go. This is the regular information I get from my student. So you won't be get bored for sure, because it will be live discussion, and uh, a real time things you will be see. So you won't get any bored kind of thing. You will understand the concept. When you will get bored, if you don't understand the concept, right? If you understand the concept, you itself feel that I can very well go with this. So that is the one we are going to see. So certification, you can confidently go and attend it without any hesitation. You will get a confidence for this fundamental, this AZ 900 fundamental thing, and AZ 104 your associate level, and even the 303 that expert level also. So these things you can very well attend. And main important thing what I suggest is, how much ever I teach, okay, how much ever I guide you, in the initial few days itself, I'll be telling how to register for free. Okay, you itself can register in the Azure portal. 30 days trial actually is a 1 year free account. Out of that, the 30-day trial things would be there. Some minimum amount will be credited to your account, like that level. Either 30 days you can use, or this minimum amount what is credited to your account till that point you can use, whichever ends up early, then you have to go for the paid one. So that trial pack we can use, and you can do the hands-on activity. So once you do a hands-on activity, you itself get interest, and you itself feel that this is very easy. Why people are saying it is challenging? At the end of the course you will tell me, so that I know we are going to discuss at the end of the course the feedback sessions and all. And next thing is introduction. I have mentioned this is for 45 hours, right? Why it is for 45 hours is it is including your DevOps concept too. And it will be like Monday to Friday, every day, 1 hour session, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST. Saturday, Sunday, we don't have class. So Monday to Friday, Indian time, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., 1 hour IST, will be having this session. And in this session, it will be like uh, understanding. First of all, I'll be explaining you the concept. Then I will demonstrate how to use it. And then we will be discussing our queries also, how to do it, when to use it. The main important thing is there are a lot of concepts available in the cloud. Okay, we will understand, we will read it. Okay, then after that what will happen, we don't know where to use. That is the main problem. If you don't know where to use, what is the use of reading it? What is the use of understanding and demonstrating it? So we will be telling you when to use it, how to use it. Anyhow, I'll be showing you when to use it is a very important thing, because when you are doing a solution architect kind of thing, that time you should know there will be so many services would be available in compute. If you take your machine, say let's take an example, you have a desktop, you can choose your own thing, right? What is a CPU and other things based upon your, you can either go for a high-end process, or you can go for the bare minimum thing. If you're using just to see some movie, then you can choose differently. If you're very much interested in playing video games kind of thing, yes, your graphical cards, everything you have to choose, right? So similarly here we will be giving, like I'll be explaining you what are the different options available, so that you can pick and use it for your real-time usage. So solution architect means this would be the expectation. It is not like straightforward kind of thing. You have to decide out of these many storage options, out of these many database options. SQL database would be there, no SQL database would be there, which I have to select. For that, I should know what are the options available, right? When to use it also you should know. So those and all we'll be discussing. The first I'll be starting, as I mentioned, this course we are covering the beginners also. The beginner can be a person who is a college passed out. The beginner can be a person who is not from the technical background. Technical means not from the infrastructure background. The person can be a tester now, and you want to shift it to a cloud related concepts. A person can be a manual tester or performance tester, whatever maybe. If they want to take a move, yes, they can go for this. And a person from a developer background also. Developer doesn't mean that they should understand. Nowadays it become like that. I know how to do my coding in Visual Studio Code. I know how to do my coding in Eclipse, but I don't know after compiling my code how to deploy it, how to sort the problem, how to see the server logs and all. Many developer doesn't know. It is not a problem at all, because we have a separate team, fine. But even that kind of people can very well understand the course, because I am starting. If you see, my very first thing is what is cloud computing. I'm starting the things from that. What is cloud? First of all, we should know why I need a cloud, because I'm running my business on premises for so many years. Good. Why I should jump it to a cloud. So those and all we'll be discussing. And terminology wise, the general terminology in cloud, this is not specific to Azure. In cloud, we will be using some terminology. This terminology might be used in AWS and GCP also. So in cloud, what are the terminologies you can frequently hear? Because some uh, some of my colleague also told me that I joined that call, that customer call. They were talking something. I'm in the call for 1 hour or 2 hour, but I'm not able to understand anything. It is not the English understanding issue. It is the concept or the terminology they use, right? So you should be clear enough on the terminologies, the naming conventions they use, so that you can easily understand the concept. So terminologies will be discussed, and shared responsibility model. As I told you, when you are entering, say you are the user, you are the customer, you want to use a cloud environment. In that cases, it is a shared responsibility between you and Azure. So you have to take some responsibility. It doesn't mean that I'm buying from cloud and I depend on Azure for everything. No, you have to tell your requirement properly. I have four set of people. I have developer, I have a tester, I have admin. So you have to clearly define your requirement. For that, Azure is going to support you. So in this topic, we'll be defining the shared responsibility between the customer and the service provider, that is Azure, and the benefits of cloud services. So that is the main core, right? Why I have to go for a cloud. So that we'll be discussing. And disadvantage. So everywhere people will show only the happy path, but we have to understand the challenges in the cloud also. What are the challenges you may expect? Because if you know that, then you will be well prepared. So we'll be discussing the disadvantages also. Next thing is the actual Azure. So why Azure? Why not others? What is Azure? And Azure, there are different options available to use Azure. Like a portal would be there, CL come and see. Some people from Linux background, what they feel is, I don't want portal. I want to work on the black screen. I'm very fonded to that black screen. I want to type some comments. If I want to create a virtual machine, I will go with the comments. Why I should navigate the screen? Some people are still like that. So there are options available that we'll be discussing. And some people will say that I can't remember the comments. I am not at all comfortable with the command, but I want to work on Azure. Yes, for that also we have options. So those and all we'll be discussing. And next thing is compute. See, this compute, storage, network, database, these topics are common for the cloud providers, the three public cloud providers, Azure, AWS, and GCP. But in compute, in Azure, how we are going to use, what are the services available, that we are going to discuss here. So everything is for Azure. So what are the VMs family? As I told you, different options are available based upon the need. If it's a development environment, I can go for a set of VM family. If it is a production environment, you know the expectation in production environment, right? Security, data, so many things are considered there. So that area, what VM family, the VM in the sense virtual machine, what machine family I can choose. I can go for a general purpose or I can go for the other options. Those things will be discussing, and difference in the disk, and how I take a snapshots, any backup I have to take, how can I do. You say there are some cases I don't want to do or duplicate or replicate the same activity. If I create one machine in the development environment, I want to replicate the same thing in the other environment with some customization, because dev environment and test environment may not be same. Test and production may not be same. So some customization needs to be added, but the basic same. Okay, the base is same. The blueprint is same, but using the blueprint, how you're going to build your house, it's going to differ, right? Your friend is going to build a house using the blueprint. He may have his own taste and he can build it with the different colors for the walls and interior decorations and all, whatever you want to do. But the based upon the blueprints, the hall size, the living room size is this much, this much. That's it. Your length and breadth will be defined, and your balcony area, this is the dimensions you are going to give. So same thing here, you are going to create one image, but this image you can use it different area, but some customization will be doing on top based upon the requirement. So then availability zones, availability sets, these are the topics we will be discussing on the reliability. So what is this reliability is, Let me quickly cover. Anyhow, in the actual sessions, I'll be explaining you in detail. In short, if I say uh, now, say for example, it is raining heavily in Mumbai. I have my data center, I have my servers are all located in Mumbai. Because of this flood, my work should not stop. How I can make it? The thing is, I should run my business, the disaster recovery kind of thing. Okay, there are real time things. You will be having a backup kind of thing. You will be having the same set of activity in another area, say Pune, not even Pune, I would say like Hyderabad. So one in Mumbai, another in Hyderabad. So you have a balanced kind of thing. That is because of this rain and other natural disaster. If one area goes down, I will run my business from other area. So like that, this availability zone, availability sets will help me to increase the reliability of my application. It won't stop my business. I can run my business even there is some problem in the infrastructure. And disk encryption, these is needed like security purpose. So those we will be discussing. Load balancer, one important topic, not only in cloud, even in the on premises. Say I have 10 machines created for my application. So my load should be equally distributed. Say 1,000 users are logging to the website. My load should be equally distributed. Say 1,000 users, I have 10 machines, means 100 requests should reach each and every machine. Machine should, one should receive 100 requests. Machine 2 should request the next 100. Something like distribution should happen. It doesn't mean that first machine get 900 requests, remaining 9 machines are getting like 10 requests. That is not the correct way, right? So load balancing concept must when you go for this designs and other things. So we'll be discussing that. Troubleshooting steps also we'll discuss. And one important thing, cost optimization. It is needed for everyone, especially for us also. When you do self-learning using the trial pack, you should know how to optimize it so that you can use it completely instead of spending your whole available amount in a single particular service. How you can optimize your things, those and all we'll be discussing. And next thing is storage aspect. This is very important thing, especially on the security aspect. People may ask me, "Hey, you're saying storage and how you're correlating with security," means yes, it is important because most of the important customer information should be stored here, and you should know what type of storage I should select, how I can store it, how I can secure it. So those things will be discussed in the storage concept. And Active Directory. So this again important related to the concept like how you can connect. What are the different options available for me to connect? So those things will be discussed. And next thing is network concept. So here only some of the students feel that if I don't know the infrastructure, if I'm not from the infrastructure background, I cannot make this. That is, I would say that it is not 100% correct because I'll be explaining you with your understanding, real time understanding, because nowadays all of us are using websites. All of us are using so many online apps. All of us are using your day to day organization kind of thing. So I'll be explaining you with the concept, with the understanding, with the URLs which we frequently use it, so that you can understand this concept. You will understand what is this virtual network, what is this network load balancer, what is this subnets, what is this VPN connectivity or the network security group, what is this private link. These things and all you will understand easily because we are going to compare it with your real time example. It is not something like a theoretical things. Theoretical things is what? Under a VNet, you have subnet. This is one subnet. Under subnet, you have a virtual machine. So virtual machine have this. No, you will be learning it with the practical understanding. So that for sure I'll be explaining. And next thing is data. Okay, so the data concept, again, I'm giving a high picture here because this concept is more or less same among all these public providers because SQL, no SQL. This is the jargon in the market now. So the trend people say that I will go for no SQL. So you should know what is no SQL, right? So how you can use it here. The same thing you can use it in other places also. So what I'm trying to tell here is whatever time you are investing here, it is not only for Azure. In future, if you get an opportunity to work on other providers, yes, you can easily catch up things. So that's what I'm trying to tell here, because I've taken the topics by considering the market trend. And next thing is databases. Okay, so the Cosmos DB or this SQL database, what are the options available, what is managed instance and all we'll be discussing, because Azure is providing so many PaaS services. You don't need to really deploy your things, like everything is handy. You have to pick and choose a database and you can use it as it is. So that PaaS services and all we'll be discussing. What is PaaS service? That itself I will be covering in one of the session. So I am using a term called PaaS, right? Platform as a service. So first I will tell what is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service. Then I will tell what are the PaaS services. So that is how I'll be taking you forward. And modernization, one important, or I would say that popular topic in market, because you itself would have come across these terms: containerization, Docker, AKS, that is Kubernetes service, and all would have heard about it. So what is this containers? How I can use it? So those and all we'll be discussing. And governance, this is mainly important for the solution architect kind of person, because it's important for everyone, but the solution architects, when they give a solution, their responsibility is not only to design an application or design an infrastructure. They have to handle the security of the application by getting the requirement from customer, because each customer, they have their own compliance policy. They will say that I want this, I want that. So we have to take all this consideration and we have to design and provide what is the most apted things for that particular organization. So that topics we'll be discussing. And next interesting topic, I would say that most of the students feel interesting here is monitoring, because after all your migration, after you are in the cloud environment, the maintenance phase kind of thing, this monitoring will come into picture, where you can monitor your application, you can monitor your infrastructure. If some issue comes, especially the troubleshooting things and all, nowadays become cakewalk because of these monitoring tools. Because previously, I'm talking about 10 years back, without this much of this monitoring tools exposure, you have to run some commands to check your CPU utilization, memory utilization, net stat. So many commands will be running and see how many ports open, how many ports are utilized. So many things we did manually. These data we received, but so many things we have to do, like multiple screens. If a production has 100 servers, means you just think about it, how we can gather that 100 servers informations. It was really a challenging in those days. Now this monitoring tools made our work easy. You can easily track your things, you can set some alarms, you can say that after it reaches, do like this. Say especially on this uh, not only in monitoring, say this big billion days and all, you have heard, right? Like this flash sales and all happening. So regularly to run a Amazon site or a Flipkart site, just I'm giving a random number. Okay, so 100 machines is fine, for example, if we take. But on the big billion day, the same 100 machine may not be going to work out, because so many people is going to log in. So for example, I need 500 machines on those days. So just think about that. All 365 days, it is not recommended to run the 500 machines, because only 1 or 2 days in a year I need the 500 machines. So I cannot run all 500 at the same time. At the same time, I cannot keep only 100 machine to satisfy the 1 million customers. So I have to come up with the options, right? How can I do? There is a concept called auto scaling. Whenever there is a demand, that time only I will go to the 500 machine. I will run 500 machine automatically. I don't need to sit and switch on all those things, start, stop, no, nothing. I will have the configuration ready, so that if my requirement is after reaching 1 million customer, or after reaching the CPU utilization to so many numbers, or the memory utilization to so many things, I can increase my number of machines. Auto scaling concepts would be there. So for that, I can closely monitor my CPU, my memory, everything. And after so and so, like if my CPU utilization is 80% more, then bring up one machine. Like that, I can do the concept. So monitoring made our work easy, especially on the cloud environment. All the machines you can easily watch, and you can take some activity also on top of it. Okay, so auto scaling is there, auto healing is there. So two concepts are there. So it is not really only identify the problem, we have to solve the problem also automatically. So those we'll be discussing. And this Azure CLI is a topic which I told for the people who are all comfortable with the Linux or Unix commands. They feel that I don't want to use Portal, I will go with my PowerShell kind of thing. So those concepts also will be discussing. And migration. So migration is that most of the service companies are doing this. They have partnered with Microsoft, and when customer approaches for any migration, they are using this tool, like how to migrate your application which is an on premises to a cloud. So there are different options are there. Whatever it is there in your on premises, you will move it to cloud. That we call it as lift and shift. That is no change in the application. What is there, exactly you are moving to the cloud environment. Some people will call that as rehost also. That is the cloud terminology. Rehost the cloud terminology, but the normal conversation is lift and shift. There are some thing like that is not suitable for cloud. You have to completely rewrite your code. So you might have some legacy technology code, so you have to rewrite your code. That we call it as re-architecture. So some migration things needs to be done prior to your actual movement. So here we will be seeing what are the options available to migrate your application, file migration or DB migration kind of thing. We'll be discussing here. And backup is the expectation of any application. How you can take a backup in the files level or database level, those things we'll be discussing here. And security is a main backbone, because everybody shows some reluctant to go to cloud because of this only one aspect, that is, will my application secured after I move to cloud environment? Every customer has this question. So we will be going through what are the best practices we can follow to gain the confidence and to easily go to the cloud. So that we'll be discussing. And there are some automated options available, like runbook kind of thing, which will make my work easy. So that we'll be discussing in this blog. And app services. So there are some readily available services available. For that, I don't need to specifically use old things. Like there are some services which you would have used in on premises, some log services, for example. There will be some readily available services available in the Microsoft Azure. So that we'll be seeing what are the options available in the app services category. And next is DevOps. So DevOps will be starting again like the cloud concept. DevOps also we will be covering, like what is a software lifecycle, what is CI, what is CD, because everywhere we are saying CI, CD, right? First of all, we should know what is CI, what is CD. So those things we'll be discussing. And what is DevOps? So why we came to the point of DevOps? So previously it is like development and operations, two different teams were there, and so many lags were there. Like if you want to move a single line of code change, it used to take 3 months. The release cycles were 3 months. Now we are into the agile world. Okay, so sprint, everything you guys know. So how this DevOps model helped us. So those things we'll be discussing, the terminologies, and how I can create a DevOps account, and how can I create a project, my Azure boards, and what is repo, what is Azure pipeline, and how can I create my test plans, and what is artifact, what is collaborative service. So these things we'll be discussing. And hands-on, like what are the things I'm demonstrating, you can very well practice that in your free account, and you can practice your things. And tips for certification preparations will be shared then and there. It is not a separate topic. Throughout the courses, like whenever I touch upon a topic, I'll be telling like these topics as weightage on this particular area. Because if you take AC 900, they already give the skill set needed for that particular exam appearance. So what are skill set needed, which area has what weightage, what are the areas you have to cover. So those things and all I'll be discussing. Question and answer, the regular discussions will happen. Okay, this is the overall course content. So today I was like giving a brief introductions about what the topics will be covered, how it will be covered, what you will understand at the end of the course. So now, so if you are planning to register for this course, so I would suggest to connect with Kumar. Okay, I'll be projecting his number in the screen. You can connect with him for enrollment, because after this demo sessions, we will start our regular classes, because 9 to 10 ISTR, Monday to Friday. So this will be a regular thing. It is a 45 hours course which covers the Azure concepts and Azure DevOps things. So again, in the Azure concepts, like certifications wise, you can very well attend your AZ 900, AR 104, and 303. So these things you can very well attend. So with this, I'm ending this. Any doubt? We have few more minutes. Please go ahead and ask.